Hi. So, sorry I haven't made a video in a very long time. I'm trying to be quiet because other people are in the house and I don't want to be like annoying. So I am doing anything today instead of doing my normal Twitch and gaming and editing and stuff. I am going to be doing, I can't switch over my phone because I don't want to make too sudden of a movement and make anybody sick. I'm doing today, I'm putting on my TV. I'm going to be watching two, if not three, Lord of the Rings movies in one day, and I've only seen half of the first one. So I'm kind of doing like a video diary thing for that, so I'm pretty excited. So we're starting with the first one I've seen half of, and pretty excited. All I know really right now is, the basis. Frodo gets a ring from Gandalf, and well, Gandalf gets it from Bilbo. Bilbo got it from uh, Gollum. I know all that because I've seen The Hobbit like 100 times. I've only seen the second Hobbit once, and I've seen The Battle of the Five Armies 0 times because I know how it ends, and I said no, thank you. I've read the book. I've never read The Lord of the Rings though, so I'm excited to go into this kind of blind. I absolutely love Dominic Monaghan. I watch Wild Things all the time, so that's one of the reasons I watch it. Also, I love The Hobbit so much that I'm assuming I'll love all this too. So I'm gonna do a little check-in thing about halfway through all of the movies because they're like 3 hours long, and I'm gonna need to take a little bit of a break because I am doing a thing where I'm making myself watch one movie a month that I've never seen this year because I don't watch movies because I don't like to sit down and watch movies. Even though when I watch movies, I'm like, oh, I like that. I'm glad I did. I've so far watched Wonder Woman, watched Jumanji 2, Wonder Woman 1984. I've seen the first one, uh, and then I also watched Tron last month. So all my movies are everywhere. This month we're watching 3 movies because they kind of all go together to me. And I have a whole list of movies I want to watch, and I'm probably not going to get them all done in this year because I'm bad at watching movies. But I'm excited, so we will check back in, and I'm looking at the Fellowship of the Ring. I think that's the first one. I'm going to turn on one and be like, what's happening? And I'm going to be like halfway through. I'm going to turn on the third one by accident, on two. I don't know. It's 2 hours and 58 minutes, so we're gonna see if we can get this one done, and at least half of the second one, which I think is 2 hours. I would assume Return of the King is probably the last one. That one seems like a big deal. I really can't I feel like I'm not gonna be super surprised on stuff because Lord of the Rings is one of the things I know quite a bit about because it's hard not to know. Like I've seen a lot of things about it, so excited, and let's get started. Okay, so I know I said I was gonna do like updates in between the movies at like halfway points, but I'm like an hour. I'm looking at the TV because I'm trying to see how long I'm an hour and 52 minutes in into 2 hours and 58 minutes. Yes, I'm not watching the extended cuts. I'm gonna wait to see if I like them before I add an hour. Also, I think HBO Max only has the extended cut of the first movie. And, hi, Alice. And if I was going to watch the extended cuts, I'd watch all of them. So I had my movie buddy with me. Allison came in about halfway through. She didn't miss much. Well, actually, it's kind of a movie that I feel like you can get it. Go like, okay, I figured it out, but nothing's really. So far, there hasn't really been anything that I'm like, oh, they could cut that. I actually want more bullshit. I want more like they could probably cut that scene because I just like these characters. I don't know if it's just because I love Billy Boyd and Dominic Monaghan so much that I'm just like I want more Merry and Pippin in this movie. I don't know. I think that might just be the fact that I'm like I just love them so much, especially Dom. It's like as I said before, I watch Wild Things all the time. That's one of my favorite shows. That actually might be my favorite show. So my arm here, my arm. I'm not used to holding my phone like this for long. Um, oh, I'm holding it wrong. I'm sorry for the inconsistent updates of my holding my phone, but if you're gonna watch me, you're probably just gonna have to get used to the fact that it's gonna be a lot of rambling and a lot of just inconsistent uploads and inconsistent holding of the phone because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But so far, I like it. They're in Mora. Mora? Mora's a name. I actually think it might be Mora. They're in the mine with where Balin and Ori are. I think that's supposed to be Ori. That's what I think I was reading when I was reading something. Balin, I think they keep saying, I know from The Hobbit. And so I'm kind of sad to watch this and be like, yeah, he's fucking dead. I'm like, oh no, because like I watched The Hobbit so much. Uh, it's a good movie to put on and just kind of like chill. Um, but so we're there. I really liked the scene where it's like their that secret council meeting. I really like that. That scene was really good because like seeing all the different like people and things, and then Frodo just being like, "I'll do it," and then Samwise being like, "Frodo's not going anywhere without me," and I'm just like, "Oh, I love Samwise so much. I just love Samwise. I already love him so much." And then just like the Elven King dude's like, "Well, okay, you weren't supposed to be here for sure." Then Merry and Pippin are running in here, and that guy's just like, "Why are there hobbits just everywhere now?" And I loved it. So I'm going to go back to the movie. Storage is low, so I have to go manage that. So I will update at the end of this movie. Okay, so I just got done with movie one, and I'll probably watch the other two throughout the week. Probably won't do them all one day. I was gonna do them all one day, but like 3 hours is a lot for a movie, and it's been like over 3 hours for me because I pause it and go do other stuff and have to do other things today. So I hopefully, I don't know if you can tell that I've been crying. I did not expect that from this movie. I didn't know what I expected. I knew I expected to like it. I mean, it's Lord of the Rings. I love The Hobbit. I love fantasy stuff. I'm into D&D and stuff, so obviously seems like something up my alley. But I knew, I keep wanting to call him Bromir, and I know his name's not pronounced Bromir. So Sean Bean, I knew he would die in one of these movies because, you know, it's kind of something you end up always knowing. It's kind of just one of those things that like a lot of people have talked about, so it's like okay. But I did not expect the first movie for that. I expected it to be the second movie for some reason. I mean, like I knew he was gonna try to betray Frodo and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, we know what's going to happen. This movie's been spoiled so many times. I mean, it's a like 50-year-old book, so it's not like I'm too upset about people spoiling. I was like, okay, it's fine. But I will say I quite didn't expect that to get me for some reason. So I was like, oh my god. And like, I don't know, he wanted to protect Merry and Pippin, and I was like, that's so sweet. But it was really good. And then I was already like, okay, tearing up a bit and already tears are coming down my face a little bit from Sean Bean, and then fucking Samwise just like, I made a promise and I'm not gonna not keep my promise. I can't even remember now. Oh my god, that got me for some reason. I was like, no. Sam. Oh, I love Sam so much now. I get it. I get why everyone talks about Samwise. I do. I still love him over here. Like, obviously, for some reason, I'm just like Merry and Pippin are my favorites. But I think that's just because, again, I love I love Dominic Monaghan so much. But yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. I'm looking at the credit. The credits are running right now, and it's looking at it. It reminded me. I'm like, does Christopher Lee always have to play a bad guy? Because like, he played Saruman, not a great dude. Played Count Dooku. I think Count Dooku is bad. I actually don't know the prequels very well. They're too sad. And honestly, Ansem was kind of an asshole. So let's be honest. He was like, you know, he was like, nobody's don't have feelings. And I was like, how dare you say this about Roxas? Also, we're doing a Lord of the Rings video, and I somehow find a way to bring up Kingdom Hearts. That is on brand for me. But yeah, I'm so excited to see The Two Towers. I think is the next one, so I'll probably watch that tomorrow. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna go play some Pokemon, get some dinner. But yeah, I have a lot to say about these movies, and not a lot of time because my phone doesn't record for long. So yeah, I'm excited. I really like them. I had more to say, but I just totally forgot. I can't think of the dude's name, by the way. I cannot remember. For some reason, it escapes me every time. The Strider. I'm gonna call him Strider. He just escapes me every time. No fucking clue what his name is. Don't know. I'm just gonna keep calling him Strider. Or the attractive guy. Because let's be honest, we got this guy in Orlando Bloom in this movie. I mean, it's enough, but it's like, I mean, like I'm like, oh, I think Dominic Monaghan's attractive, but he's more attractive as him than as Merry. So, no, I like him. I like him a lot because I don't know. I don't know why I like his character. So I'm rambling, so I'm gonna go because I gotta go do other stuff. But I will check back in tomorrow or Thursday whenever I watch I'm thinking The Two Towers. I think that's the second one. It would make sense. It wouldn't make sense if Return of the King was not the last one. That seems like a... Also, seems like it kind of gives away what's gonna happen. Return of the King kind of makes it seem like, you know, the king who's not the king is gonna make a return, even though he never was king before. It's like, you know, kind of gonna understand, you know. I don't know. I'm excited. So, okay, so it is now Thursday. Watched the first one on Tuesday. Got busy Wednesday, so I couldn't really didn't watch it. But off to the Two Towers now. I got my tea, and it's like 9:30 in the morning. I just pretty much woke up. I woke up and I made tea and I brushed my teeth, and that's about all I've done. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna put my tea down so I don't burn myself. I'm excited to start this movie. Hope I'm not. I have to hold my phone very odd right now. I'm excited to watch this. I'm watching The Two Towers now. And yeah, I'm excited. Honestly, I've never read the books. I've read a little bit of the first book. Was there only one book? I can't remember. Anyway, I read a little bit of the start of the story. And I don't really know why there's going to be two movies. It kind of seems like it's heading off pretty good. I mean, where we just had, like, Sean Bean just died. That was sadder than I expected, honestly. And then Frodo and Sam are off on their own. Frodo's gonna go by himself, but Sam, just the loyal, lovely man that he is, just went with him. And then the handsome guy, Legolas Gimli. His name's Acheron? Acheron? I can't remember. I don't think they say it very much. Which always annoys me in movies when they don't say names often. Because I'm like, how am I supposed to like these characters if I don't know what their names are? But they're off to go find Merry and Pippin because the bad dudes took them. They're supposed to just kill everyone, but then they're like, we're just gonna take. Maybe they just like didn't know which hobbit to take, so they're like, we'll just bring the only hobbits we got. And then I don't know. I'm confused, but I'm following it pretty easily. It's standard fantasy stuff. And standard fantasy stuff kind of feels like standard sci-fi stuff, so, you know. It gets, you know, a little bit, maybe this movie I'll be like, what's happening? Because I'm excited, but I really liked the first one a lot. I really liked it, so I'm going to start this up, and I'll check back in. This movie is 2 hours, 59 minutes. I think the other one was like 2 hours and 50-something minutes, so they're both 3-hour movies. I'm sure the other one's probably 3 hours, maybe even over 3 hours. But I will check back in a little bit, and we'll see what's going on halfway or so through this movie. So, yeah. Sorry, the cat distracted me. He's playing with a little toy. Okay, bye. Okay, so we're about an hour and 13 minutes in, and so I had to pause it to go get a drink, so I figured while I'm paused it, do a halfway update. I like it. Obviously, I mean, it's a Lord of the Rings movie. I don't think they're going to all be that different. I don't think there's going to be one I don't like. I mean, when it comes to certain franchises, yeah, like, I get, like, there's some Star Wars movies people don't like the sequel series, but, you know, these are all kind of running together really well, and they all very the same. Right now, Sam and Frodo just had a little tiff, because Frodo's like, hey, we should not treat Gollum terribly, and Sam's like, I don't trust this guy. And, like, honestly, I'm like, Sam, you're better than this, but, like, honestly, it's hard to hate Sam. Because he's standing by Frodo through a lot. And, like, honestly, I'm not this good a friend. I would have bailed at the Shire. I would have been like, nah, I'm not coming with you. I guess Sam didn't really have much of a choice. Gandalf was like, no, you come with him. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to tell Gandalf now. But it's still, I would have been like, yeah, once we hit Rivendell, whatever it's called, I would have been like, yeah, I'm not going on a quest to a volcano with you. Like, I'll shoot you a text now and then and be like, see if you're cool. But, like, I ain't going no, like, volcano with you. I'm not that good of a friend, probably. Oh man, but the whole thing with the kingdom area, I don't even know what it's called. I think it was Karl Urban and that. Was it Karl Urban? It's gonna be, I think he's in this movie. But yeah, that area, that storyline's going, and I don't really know what's going on. I know what's going on enough, but I'm like, eh. Um, I don't get one thing I don't get is there the whole first hour of this movie is pretty much Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli would be like, "We gotta go find Merry and Pippin," and then they get to the forest. Once the trees started talking, that's when the movie started. I liked it, but I was like, I now don't know what's going on. It's going around. It's very low though. I mean, I'm having trouble hearing it. I don't want to blare it to the people in the house. So people were trying to sleep when I was watching this movie. um, but and then I like, oh, Gandalf, and Gandalf's like, hey, go to this place, and then no one just thought to ask, hey, did you find Merry and Pippin? Like, are they good? Like, no one asked. And I get, like, I think they might just be like, oh, Gandalf must have found them, because Gandalf was like, you know, they ran into somebody they didn't expect to see, meaning Gandalf. But I still feel like they could have been like, hey, what happened to the little Hobbit boys? Just make sure they're okay. Considering the whole first hour of the movie was being like, we gotta find the Hobbit boys. So, storage low again. I'm gonna go finish the movie, and then we'll come back to this. So, okay, so I am done with the Two Towers, I think it was called. I'm just really sleepy right now because it's like 2 o'clock. Uh, and this is a little early for me to get tired. But yeah, I mean, it's not really a lot. Like, a lot happened in between the hour and a half mark and now. But, you know, I don't know. Um, it was good. I think I liked the first one better, but I did quite like the trees, the old tree dudes being like, nah, this ain't our war. And then they're like, oh, this dude just killed a bunch of our friends. Let's go fuck him up. That was pretty cool. I don't know why the trees fighting. I was like, yeah. Maybe it's because it reminded me of the Wizard of Oz, and the trees were like throwing apples at people. That's why I liked it. I didn't really care for the whole thing with I don't even know her name. That the king dude's niece. She always kind of looked like this. Her eyes were really wide a lot. But I don't really like I like her, but I'm like, I get you're supposed to be like, ooh, she likes Aragorn. And I'm like, yeah, well, why wouldn't you? But like, I don't know, I'm just being like, she's gonna be, I hope to see her like fight, and I think you do. And I like that. I think she's kind of cool because she's like, I want to fight. And I like that. And I like Aragorn's like, hey, that's cool. You respect that. Like, you woman fighting thing. Like, kind of like, it was really cool to her. And then that she's just like, I'm in love with him now. And I'm like, yeah, I get it, I guess. But I don't know. Um, the battle scene was a bit long, but also it was pretty good. So there's still other entertaining things going on. It's really hard to do a good battle scene. It's really hard to do that. So the fact that it was not only um, a good fight scene, but also other things happened, and it was like entertaining, and there was like story development during it. And I think going back and forth between all the different characters was good. Like, none of the characters, like you got it started out with one fellowship, and now there's three separate things happening. So I'm hoping to see how they all. I don't even think they'll collide. I think like at the end, Frodo and Sam go to Mount Doom on their own, and then I don't know how they're all gonna connect back up. So I'm excited to see that. So I don't know if I'll watch it again. Not again. Watch The Return of the King tonight, or if I'll start again tomorrow morning. But I will watch that again sometime this week. Don't know if I'll be streaming tonight. So, because if I don't stream, I might watch it, but I don't know yet. So, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. And, yeah. Pretty. I'm really liking this. I was gonna say pretty excited to watch the next movie. I'm actually really liking this though, this whole like movie vlog thing. And I don't really like watching movies. I'm literally making myself watch 12 movies this year. Like 12 new movies, one a month. I'm making myself do that. Not really making myself. It's my goal because I don't like to watch movies very much. So I do like doing this. So honestly, if there's any other like movie series or stuff like that that you think I should do this with, I am open to it. Even if I've seen the movies, or not. I would do this with the Hobbit series, but they are leaving HBO Max this month, and I don't want to watch three more long movies this month. So I'll probably just end up trying to save some money and buy them on like digital or something, because I do like the movies. So well, I like the first one, so I did really enjoy this. So yep, I will check back in whenever before I watch the next movie. Okay, so it is 8:54 in the morning. I pretty much just got up a few minutes ago, about 10:15, but I laid in bed for a while. And then these two guys, my cats, have been going crazy. So I probably look very tired, because I am. But I am going to start up Return of the King in a bit. I'm getting HBO Max up now. And yeah, I'm excited. It's the last movie. I've been really loving this little thing here. So when we last left the movie, we had Pippin and Merry were with the trees, Aragorn. What are they doing? They just battled at that one place, but they didn't leave it yet, did they? Helm's Deep? I don't know. Frodo and Sam left Gondor, and then Gollum's like, we're gonna kill him. And so I kind of already know, like the end of the movie, but like, I don't know how we get to the end of the movie, so that's gonna be fun. So I'm excited. We're gonna finish it up. I thought about waiting until later, but just get it done, just watch it get done. So I am gonna go start that up, and I will check in an hour or so. It depends on how long it takes me to get to about an hour and a half into the movie. Bye. Okay, so we're about an hour and a half in, and I took a break to go get some breakfast since it's like 11:30. Yeah, I started this movie at like 9, almost 9:30, but I keep having to go back because I can't hear what they're saying, and then I keep pausing it because my cats keep doing stuff. So, but we're at the point where Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli, I'm finally getting names, are in this weird like underworld of undead, and then they're like, we aren't gonna help you, and they're like, well, you're gonna help me because I'm the king. So it's kind of cool. I feel like if this movie wasn't based off a book, I feel like I'd be sitting here watching that, sitting here thinking they're doing a lot to draw out this movie, because it kind of simped everything. It's like, okay, cool, we're gonna get there soon, we're getting to the big battle soon, yes, and then something happened, and I'm like, they're just stalling for time at this point. But oh my god, it's like they were trying to make this book thicker or something, because like honestly I'm like, why is any of this happening? I like it. I like there's a bit more Merry and Pippin in this one, as we know. I like them. I feel so bad for little Sam though. Little Sam just wants to help, wants to be helpful, and Frodo's not believing him on anything. And now Frodo doesn't trust him, and he's like, no, Sam, you can't stay with me. And poor little Sam's heart's broken. He just wants to help Frodo. No, ma'am. Okay. I didn't expect my cat to try to get my food. She's usually a lot better. I realize I look a mess. But yeah, I don't know what the woman's name is. I don't like her. And I feel really bad because I like a lot of her. I really love the why can't I fight, why can't you let Merry fight, which we all know she's just projecting on herself with that, but I'm like, I get it. I get you. But like, girl, Aragorn is not going to love you. He has not even made a thing to think that he is interested. He's just been polite because he's a nice guy, and not like a nice guy to him, a nice guy. He's just like a cool dude. So I'm like, I don't get it. Also, I love the idea of like, you stay behind, woman, and her being like, no, I'm a fight. But when her uncle was like, hey, you will rule in my stead in case I cannot rule, or while I'm gone, go be on the throne of Rohan. And then she's like, no, I'm gonna fight. And I'm like, I'd be so bad at it if she had like a younger brother at home, or like a cousin, or like an aunt. But since her uncle and her brother are both fighting, and that's all she's got, the only other family member she has was her uncle's son, her cousin, who's just recently died. I kind of think it's irresponsible. You're like leaving your whole kingdom leaderless, and I'm like, I respect what you're doing, but also I'm like, I wanted it to be a little bit more like, and now I'm just kind of sitting here thinking, if you go die too, which everyone's like, we're going to our deaths. There's like a 10,000 army, and we're like 6,000 men, and these are badass orc guys, and we're just men and elves. It's like, I really, really want to love the riding off and grab Mary, but I'm also like, it's just a bit. I know it's probably nitpicky, but I feel like it's just a bit like, I'm like, you leave in your town. I just keep repeating myself, but that's all I keep thinking. But I like it. Again, I do feel like a lot's going on. That's just kind of padding for time. I feel like I'm an hour and 28 minutes into this movie, and I have 3 hours and 20 minutes of this movie. I have 2 more hours of this movie. I mean, the credits are kind of long, so like I have like an hour and 50 minutes. But like, y'all, it just feels like they're just padding for time now, and I feel like I'm just padding for time saying the same thing, but I like it. This one, I'm not gonna judge it too much, considering I'm only an hour and a half into it. But I don't know if this one's gonna be my favorite because of the fact that we're getting quite more of the side characters, or if it's going to be my least favorite because it's just like, what's going on and why are we doing any of this? But I'm gonna go eat my food. I got me some buttered noodles and some leftover shrimp, and that is why my cat probably tried to get up. But she's not bothering me now. She's just looking at the window. If her brother, when he's in here, he'd be eating all of my food. He's terrible at trying to beg for scraps. So I'm gonna go finish the movie, and I guess I'll do a final thoughts on the whole franchise or the whole trilogy, because I guess technically the franchise would probably count the Hobbit movies, and I've seen 2 out of 3 of those. But I read the book, and I was like, nah, I don't really want to watch the last one. I was like, I'm good. I'll eventually watch it, but okay. Also, real quick, this is how I paused it. I did not on purpose pause like this. My dad actually came in my room. Well, no, I think this was my dad came in my room. It was like, I had, whatever, right? But I did not pause this on purpose. But look how badass that is. I love it. So I'm a complete emotional sap. So as you can tell, I just finished the movie, which means I finished the series. And yeah, I am a mess, and I am very bad when it comes to movies, and I'm just so emotional, like, all the time. Things get me really easily. So it was good. It picked up, like, at the 2.5 hour mark. Maybe 2 hour mark, I started to be like, oh wait, things are happening, and I'm okay. Things seem like they should be happening. There's 2 big battles, and I thought that was a little unnecessary to have the one big battle, and then like, okay, now we're gonna go to the Gates of Mordor, and we're gonna battle them. It felt a little much to be like, oh, 2 big battles in one movie. I don't, and like, I already was, my storage is low. Oh my god, hold on. Okay, so I don't know where I was at, but the credits were rolling, and it was like showing the names of people and stuff, and it was like Sean Bean. I was like, he wasn't in this movie. He hasn't been in any of these movies since the first one. I liked that this one, the first like quite bit of it, had a lot of Pippin. And I feel like if I hadn't watched Wild Things before I've seen these movies, I feel like Pippin would have been my favorite. But I just love Dominic Monaghan so much that I'm like, of course it's Mary. Actually, it's probably Samwise, because, oh my god, nothing gets me like Sam. I already cried a little bit. I already was getting a little bit when he was like, don't you remember the Shire, Mr. Frodo? And I don't know why he keeps calling him Mr. Frodo. And it's kind of weird. But it's adorable and nonetheless. But, oh my god. That got me. And then just like, why did Frodo leave? I don't know why. It's like, it got me. And Samwise for some reason gets me. And him just like, and then they were, I don't even know what I'm saying now. I liked that it picked up. That was good. Um, I can't believe I've waited 24 years of my life to watch the three Lord of the Rings movies, but I did wait. Which is so weird because I've like always been interested in it, and I read a little bit of the book, and I read The Hobbit. I read The Hobbit when I was like 19. I was like 19 years old when I read that book, and I watched the movie not too long after I read it, and then just never went to see The Lord of the Rings, and like never rented it, never caught it up, saw it on Netflix, and just the other what inspired me to watch this was the other day I was watching Wild Things and I was watching my favorite episode, and it's and he has Billy Boyd, and they're in New Zealand, so they go to the Shire, and I'm like, damn, I really should watch that movie that I've been wanting to watch for countless years. So I'm glad I watched it. I'm really bad at reviews because I don't really like everything just gets so jumbled in my head, and I'm just like, I liked it. That's how I can review. I just be like, I liked it. There were things I didn't like, but there were a lot of things that I did, and so that's yeah. I I don't understand what happened at the end. I don't understand what the Undying Lands are. I don't understand why the elves are leaving, except Liv Tyler, because she wants to be with Aragorn. Um, so there's that. I don't, I maybe I'd understand more if I read the book, or if I paid more attention. To be fair, I paid more attention to this movie than I've probably paid attention to a movie in a long time, because I don't pay attention well to movies. I don't watch movies very much because I don't like to just sit and watch a movie. I'm just like, can't just sit still. I have to play my phone, or that's why I like video games. I can kind of keep my attention because there's a little bit more going on, and I'm kind of, in control of the character, and I'm like, I have to make sure my character does not die. There's no control over that in a movie. You watch a movie, it's like, well, they are or they aren't. Uh, I also knew how this movie was going to. I didn't know how it was going to end. I did not know anything past like Aragorn's king, and then we see the little hobbits there. I'm like, okay, so we know they're alive. If I wouldn't have known that the whole movie, I'd been like, yeah, man, like I wouldn't have thought every hobbit would have made it. But I'm glad. I'm glad. I like when movies have happy endings and most of the good guys win and live. I'm a fan of that because I don't like sad things. I like good things where good people win, and that's really great about Lord of the Rings is that's how it is, you know. So these have been really fun to do, even though I'm just kind of rambling. But that's kind of what you're gonna have to be used to if you watch me, I guess. But if you have any more ideas, I can't. I don't want to have to get off so quick, but because I feel like I still have a lot to say, but my storage is running low again. So, but if you have any more of these movie stuff you want me to do, I would love to know because I have really a lot of fun doing this. I did really love this movie, and I'm glad I watched them. I will say, in ranking of the movies, I think The Fellowship of the Ring is my favorite, and I think I don't know. I think Return of the King might be better than The Two Towers. Also, what happened to Saruman? Treebeard was just like, he's in there now, and we'll be here, and then that was it. Where was Saruman? What happened? What happened to Saruman? Did they explain it? I'm gonna have to like look up and explain it in the book or like the Silmarillion or some bullshit. I'm like, what happened? What happened? So, a little anticlimactic there, little bit. So, yeah. Something I read reading a thing, but yeah, I really have fun doing this, and I will hope to do these again. And thank you for watching. So, bye.